Good morning, my brothers in recovery. Hope everyone is having a happy, joyous, and successful next 24 hours. Something happened this morning, and it made me think. I just kind of wanted to share it. So, after I work out every morning, I'll be making breakfast. And when I make eggs, what I do is I try to separate some of the yolks from the egg whites. That way, cuts down on cholesterol and fat. And I do that, by cracking the egg, and then I'll go back and forth between the two cracked halves of shell to separate the yolk and then throw the yolk out. And then occasionally, more often than not, sometimes it won't work and the yolk falls in with the rest of the eggs. And at that point, I just accept it and I say, okay, well, it looks like I'm having another yolk in my eggs. And I whisk them all together, make up my scrambled eggs, and I enjoy my breakfast. And doing that this morning, it made me think how that's kind of like when we pray for things and we ask God for help and we ask God for solutions. And sometimes it doesn't turn out exactly the way that we thought it would. This morning I wanted a 3-egg omelet with only 2 yolks, but third one fell in. I could have got a spoon and tried to fish the yolk that fell in out and spent time trying to do that. But instead, I whisked it together and I made an omelet with 3 yolks instead of 2 because that's just the way things worked out. I still got my omelet, and that's like when we ask God for things and He answers our prayers, and it doesn't look exactly the way that we might have wanted it. But He still answered our prayer. Are we going to spend our time trying to find a spoon and whisking the yolk out of God's gift just because it's not exactly what we wanted it to be? Or are we going to take God's gift, say thank you, and make an omelet nonetheless, and enjoy His gifts, even if they are a little different than what we had in mind? They're still gifts. I think that's a good mindset to have through all of this. Recovery or otherwise. Just because it's not exactly the way that you wanted it doesn't mean it's still not a gift, and doesn't mean it still can't nourish you. So, for all those people who had a couple extra egg yolks in their omelet this morning, just enjoy it. It's not exactly what you wanted, but it's still pretty nice. All right, y'all. Hope y'all have a joyous day. And remember, it's dangerous to go alone.